been paid for by the New World Order.
We're in the streets at nighttime where there's peace and balance restored throughout the entire community, and there's no protests or riots going around this time of night. I'm your host, Dr. Chris, and today on this edition of Privacy, we wanted to discuss 20 years. The birthday of 20 years of Dr. Chris and privacy, and everything that he's contributed to the name of privacy over the last year. And as we approach the big events like Privacy 50, it's getting no bigger than Privacy 50. You talk about Ellen DeGeneres and all these other Dr. Phil, all these TV shows, it don't get no bigger than Privacy 50. That's going to be the biggest party this summer. But let's try to make this a big little party and celebration, shall we? Privacy 20 years. This is just beyond me. It celebrates 20 years of privacy. 20 years. Oh, either somebody got shot or that's not good news. But 20 years of privacy and the birthday of Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris turns 20 just like it's 2020, and you already know what that means. That's bad news for America. That's not a good idea. And as you can see, they're still shooting over there, but they're probably trying to shoot confetti and stuff to celebrate the 20 years of privacy and the 20 years of the host, Dr. Chris, and the message and the gospel that he's brought to you, America, and all of the world. So, this isn't going to be controversial like the nigga virus or anything. I just want to celebrate and tell you all about, me, the man, the myth, the legend, the king himself, Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris was born June 1st, 2000 in Detroit, Michigan. He was born and raised, and he moved to Florida about the time he was 8, and that was the last time he was living in Detroit for 8 years. He grew up loving WWE, superheroes, Dragon Ball Z, and said to himself, his dream is to be a WWE superstar, but his passion, his job, is to be an author and a speaker that inspires the young American youth out there. And all he wants to do is just make people happy. And that's all he struggled with all his young life, growing up into 20 years. At the age of 9, he moved to his official home of Warren. But when he moved to Warren in 2009, he also felt like, Warren would always be his home, and Warren has always been his home. And it's something that he really, really enjoys, living here. And through elementary school and middle school, he seemed to struggle throughout school, and apparently at the beginning of his 9th grade year, I had a 0.4 at the beginning of my 9th grade year in high school. But besides that bad memory, in my young life, I had a lot of memories. I've had my first kiss after 8th grade. I've rolled on airplanes. I've jet flied. I'm a kiss still. Nah, I ain't all of that. But what I'm trying to tell you is the story of Dr. Chris is 3 words. Do you remember? After his 9th grade year, and when he had a 0.4, 3 F's and 2 D minuses, he realized he had to spiritually turn himself around, which he leaned on his favorite Uncle Lamont, to become a better man in life, and academically and mentally and emotionally. And that was going into 10th grade. Myself, Dr. Chris, learned about the greatness of Michael Air Jordan, what he brought to the game of basketball, the dominance and the determination he had to be the very best basketball player that there ever. GPA was still low because of 9th grade, but my overall cumulative GPA at the end of 12th grade was a 3.3 average, and my last report card in 12th grade was a 4.0. Dr. Chris is a proud man. And I have nothing left to say. after I graduated from East Detroit High in 2018, I took a year off and I decided to work at Sam's Club for a year to make a little money and, understand what it is in the work life, the world of going to work every day. And I had to wake up at 5 in the morning some days. Yuck. And I had to wake up, go to work at 1 p.m., which was my favorite schedule. This is my favorite hours to work, 1 to 9:30. And at my time at Sam's Club, which my mom is a manager, and my dad works in cars, and I have a bunch of aunties that are cashiers. My time there, I established myself as the floor king, the sales floor king, which means I dominated the sales floor. I did everything in the store, and I earned myself Employee Associate of the Month of May 2019. I worked in produce, in the freezers and coolers, which is the deli and the dairy. It was also during that same month of May 2019 that I got the greatest news I ever heard in my life. I got accepted into Central Michigan University, fire up chips, and I already knew that I was going to get into Central because my dream school was to go to Michigan State, but I knew my grades wasn't high enough to go to Michigan State. So I decided to go to Central Michigan, and I attended Central Michigan on August 29th up to March 2020. And in my time at CMU that I had, I've met many friends. I've met the Tower Boys, WR, Kenny, Adrian, Jesse, Tyler, Jared, Nate, Kawan, Brendan, Donovan, Alex, and many, many more. And my roommate Dasani and some of his friends as well. And I also met many, cuties at campus, and I'm not gonna get into that because, like I said, privacy is rated PG-13. And Dr. Chris, I am not gonna share my experiences at the Wayside Club or anything else up there besides the SAC. Like, the SAC was my favorite thing at campus because it was beautiful, all types of things you can do there. I also met my North Campus brothers, Sean Smith, Ian, Rashawn, Jason, Noah, Rail, Nick, Noah, Will, and many, many coming up. And I'm very, very thrilled and excited about that. I enjoyed my crazy first year of campus, first year of college. It was one hell of a roller coaster. Others that were part of that, especially the couple cuties that were on their floor in Terrace Calkins. You already know what it is. And my boys DJ and Will, who are going to be my roommates next school year. Unfortunately, our first year of school was cut short due to unfortunate circumstances, but that's fine because the return of the Chippewas will get stronger. And as privacy was developed in June of last year, Privacy 50 will be as big as it ever was. It will be bigger than this. Privacy is bigger than itself, but Privacy 50 will take that son of a bitch to the very next level. Thanks to courtesy of Dr. Chris, the host of Privacy, the greatest man that ever lived, the most energetic, electrifying son of a bitch that ever was. Alright, unfortunately I have to cut this short, America. Somebody else got shot. I have to cut this short because, like I said, we out here in these streets at night, and, when they see us, that's not, it's not a good idea. And plus, I am going to, I don't have cake for everybody, and I'm sorry about that. I am going to share with you a photo collage of Dr. Chris growing up. And I will also share with you the continued message that privacy is your business.